Hi, good morning on this Tuesday. This is Derek Demore with Futures Demore and Futures Networks Live. We're going to go over our opening bell trade real quick and see how we did. Now, our proprietary signals were saying short, which kind of lines up with what the market was doing. We have all the EMAs in a line, the 200, the 89, the 50, and the 21. I was hoping for a little bit of a pullback to 52 to get in short. The market didn't really let us. Took about 5 points twice on this and made 10 points and then tried to get back in at 45 or 47 and didn't, and then missed this massive run down. And then looked like based on, so anyway, opening bell, great trade once it broke the former lows of 40. Then it was off to the races pretty much, and I should have been in this trade. But 10 points is 10 points, and I'm not going to argue about that. So let's look at the longer term stuff, and we'll check the other markets too and see what's going on in the MNQ, NQ, and the RTY and the M2K. So going forward on the daily chart, now remember this was at about 48.50 when opening bell started. So right here at the top of this. So it could have easily, it looked to me like it could have easily gone up and retested the 62 level, the old all-time high at 38.62. But instead it just chose to dive down. Now I had this area that I thought a 38.20 long would have been a great spot, and it went past. I really thought 18. I almost got in at 18 to go long, and it would have been, that would have been a really tough call to stay in, maybe DCA, but because you don't know where it's going to stop. But the solid number of 3,800 was a good turnaround. This could be a V shape today to go back up and retest the old all-time highs of 38.62. Now, I do want to talk about, if you've been listening to our videos, we've kind of said almost what's going to happen each day and pretty much been nailing it. So you can go back, and I'll post, the past ones, go look in our the last week, and just, you've been able to make some points following what's going on. And even last night I said, okay, 3,900 or, testing. And then once it starts to come down, 38.62 again, now it broke 38.62, tested the 200 period on the 4 hour, went back up almost to 62, and now we've broken way down below. Here's our little blue ball that's equidistant from this middle area of originally that's where the blue ball was, because I thought that it was rounding and it was going to go down and touch here, this 20, basically the 38.30 area right in the middle. But once we had that higher high kind of GameStop thing happen, then it extended equidistant. So we came and hit the blue ball prior to where I thought it was going to hit. But that's just what happens. I mean, this isn't, 100% game, but you can see how patterns are repeating, and we have symmetry a lot of times. In this case, whatever's going on today just got us there quicker than I thought. I thought we would be there like Tuesday next week, just to give you an idea. Now, currently, we just hit a 50% retracement, which is another good reason why that 3,800 level was just under a 50% on the move from the beginning of February up to the new all-time high of 39.59. So we had a 50% retracement. We needed at least a 382. A 618 brings us down to 37.70 area, which looks like it's potentially in the cards over the next few days. Ultimately, 3,700, 3,720 to get down to the 2 sigma looks like it might be in the cards. And then potentially we've got 1, 2, 3 taps at 36.60. Now, I don't know if we're going to get that low. There's a lot of junk right in here. So I'm still 3,700 to 36.80 area is kind of what I'm thinking over the next couple weeks. So we will see. So just a real quick look at the MNQ and the NQ, which is the NASDAQ. This has kind of been leading the charge. If you look from the February low, which we've only got a 50% on the ES, MES, we have done 100% retracement on that. And you can see where this would have been a really nice spot. We just touched the two, pierced the 2 sigma down to the 89 period EMA. And you can see this line that I drew. There's a lot of touches right there. So that would have been a really good spot, 12,760, to take a chance at a long. Yeah, man, look at that. Now, this has been a lot more severe down than the other 2 markets. So we're going to look at those. But right now, we're having a nice pullback. But, you know, until it pierces right here at 13, let's just call it 13,045. And then once if it stays below that, you know, we're going to be in this range, maybe back down to this area of the low. But if it pierces that, then a ride up to the 200 period looks in the cards. So that could be a good trade to watch for. Let's look at the M2K RTY. Man, so like clockwork on the M2K RTY, which is the Russell, we have a 50% retracement, just like the MES ES. So unlike the NAS that's done a full 100% retracement, that's why I kind of think that these are going to do that 100% retracement eventually, because the NAS has already done it. Now, is the NAS going to go down to like a 1618 and get way down? We could go look at that, but we'll touch on that later tonight. So this has done a 50% retracement. We needed that. It hasn't gone down to the other side of the Bollinger. You can see this line was a perfect area, the old all-time highs to come down, just like the ES, MES, you know, prior to the February low, and then the GameStop stuff. So just saying, probably, you know, very similar look to the other 2 markets. If you break some of these, this is a little bit more of a down channel. It's not so sideways, you know, horizontal, that if it breaks, it's going to go up. So everything's still looking short, but you get a pullback to these areas, and then you're range bound between, you know, the 89 period and the new lows of today. So thanks for watching. I hope that this is helping you to become a profitable trader, no matter whether it's stocks, options, bonds, cryptos, or futures. And we're here to help every day. Thankfully, we've been kind of on the right side of these calls lately. So let me know if you'd like me to discuss anything else and what you're struggling with in your trading. But we'd love to have you come over to Futures Networks Live and stick with Futures to More, subscribe, and you'll get all the videos. Thanks so much. Have a great day.